Grace morning. Man, it's been a long time. It's been since 2021. I started a video about introducing myself. By the way, let me reintroduce myself. um, I'm Kueen. This is my channel. I started off talking about, introducing myself, talking about self-care. I want to continue that. I had to go through a process of things in my life that made me, I don't know, I think it made me wiser. It made me a little confident in some things. I did a lot. On my last video, I talked about how I was getting over a divorce over 2 years and how it still hurt me, and about self-love and overcoming things and doing stuff for yourself. I want to I want you to still love yourself and still keep things together. Without going through certain trials and tribulations, I can honestly say that I would not be here sitting here confidently smiling on today. My confidence level was really low. Far as being on here, like, is it gonna be good enough? Are they gonna be looking at me all crazy or something? It's social media is a beast. It will come at you very strong. As I continue to go on, what I want to do is just invite you into my personal journey and getting through healing, dating, spirituality. I believe wholeheartedly in God. I believe wholeheartedly in Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, all the above. No question, no doubt about that. I'm on here to just encourage women like me. I'm 37 years old, going to be 38 this year. Single mother of 3 wonderful children. This first video is not going to be too heavy. It's not going to be too heavy, but rest assured, it's going to be something good and positive. It's going to be some hard truths. We're going to be talking about some things like, celibacy in these streets. I'm telling you, it's a beast. How dating is now. I'm gonna be real with you. I done tried dating sites, talking to people, going back in that little black book, like, we had a good chemistry, and then just taking some time to just be off the grid for a bit. It's a lot. I started therapy. This is going on 3 months now, and I'm glad I did. It was something that was taboo, something that was like not really welcomed, but I'm glad I did. It really helped me with getting some things out. You could say so much to your friends. I love my friends, and you can, talk about all type of things with them or whatever, but it's like, yeah, but they get tired of hearing things. And then they going through things themselves, and they really don't have they don't really want to give you the words that you really need to hear, or it's some things that you just really need to be like, all right, Crystal, or hey, girl, you just get it together. But I just want you to know I'm here. You know, it's open to all singles, male, female, it doesn't matter. I'm here. Um, it's so many things that we go through in life, and we just really need to just be there for one another. It's, don't hesitate to, message me or say, hey, um, I'm on Instagram, Kjo14 or Kjo85, one of those. Just say, hey, sis, can you pray for me? Or sis, can you talk to me? Let's talk about, I'm going through this. Or is this something that you want me to discuss on the channel? It's not a big deal. I think what we lack out here is people being genuine and intentional on being friends with people and loving people for real, and not being afraid to talk about things, those hard topics. I'm not afraid to talk about things like that. Whatever. And I could just talk about myself. Like, relationships is really hard for me. I have trust issues. I believe that everybody has some kind of ulterior motive when they do something for me. Like, I had a control issue of like trying to do everything and control everything, because I know if I do it, I for some reason I feel like it's done correctly, or I feel like I I can make sure that it's done and I feel secure about it. And asking somebody for some help is like, they gonna hold it over my head. They doing this because they want to control me, and it made me very difficult to love. It made it very difficult for someone to love me, and it made it very difficult for me to love someone. And it's not cool. It's not. And I had some cousins that made a joke about it. They was like, so you want us to start getting you some cats now? I'm going to start by getting you a furry cat. So once the kids get all out the house, um, you'll have some cats, a house full of cats. I don't want that. I don't want that life. No offense to the people who love cats, who love pets and all the things, but that's not my life. I desire to, be with someone that I'm supposed to be with. I'm not a good picker, so God is really gonna have to ride that train for me, because I'm not good at that. And we could think that we are top notch. We could think that we are everything. We could think that we are so much. But at the end of the day, God sends some humbling situations. God will humble you. And trust and believe, I done had some humbling situations. I'm thinking, oh, I'm educated. I got a good career. I got me a house built. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm doing this. I had a real humbling experience. I fell at work and I hurt myself. And to sit here and to sit in things, how you be so busy, you don't realize how busy you are and how many things that you just put behind your mind, and you're not even realizing that you are not really as healed as you portray to be. And so I had to really like step back and like, sis, you're not healed. You're not healed. You're not as healed as you say out your mouth to be. So sitting in my own mess sitting, not like, this is just metaphorically, is not literally sitting in my own mess, but literally sitting here and have to think about all the things that I, who I am for real. When you sit and think about who you are for real, you like, man. And I see why some people just don't want to be alone. They don't want to sit here and think about, you really messed up. You really, need some help. That's why I was like, whoo, therapy right on time, because it's helping me navigate through this thing in a healthy way. Because I could just be like, I can go into a depression. I could think, my mind, I'm a recovering overthinker. I like to say that. I'm a recovering overthinker because I will overthink something out of the freaking box. And overthinkers, we love hard. So if we say we love you because we done overthought every situation not to love you. Trust, we have. And not to tell you. But you really have to just really have to take the time and really deal with the hard issues. Things that happened in your past. There's some people who haven't forgiven their oppressor, their predator, or whoever in their lives, in their past. They haven't forgiven them. Forgive them and forgive yourself. I had to forgive myself for the things that I done. Like, it's a particular guy who really genuinely, I could say, probably showing me some hardcore interest, and I'm just like, what you up to? I don't believe him. And it's crazy because it's like, you just realize how damaged you really are when somebody is doing something for you. You like, you trying to love bomb me. You can watch so many things talking about narcissism. That's the new word floating around here. It sounds good, like, oh, they're not caring, they're narcissists. And it's so many things that we put out here to just like really destroy our way of thinking. And we really need to stop. We really need to stop that. And take a seat back and be like, did you fix yourself? Did you get yourself together? Did you ask God to come in and heal all parts of you, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Really fix your heart? Have you forgiven yourself? Have you repent wholeheartedly about the things that you have done? And if so, why are you going back and getting them? Life is hard already. So don't try to go on about this thing without wisdom, discernment, guidance. You need those things. You need good, healthy relationships with people. Not saying that marriage is the be all or whatever. Like, that's my end goal. I got to be married before I leave this earth. No, did that twice. Okay. But I do desire to have healthy relationships with people. I do desire to have healthy relationships with friends, family, anybody that I might meet. I do desire to have that. And what do you do to get those things? You start by fixing yourself. Not saying you got to go in complete isolation. Oh, I got to go in isolation mode because if I got to work, I got to do this and disappear. Let me load out. No, just take your time. Get some therapy. Jesus in therapy. Hello. Get it together. You need a practical way to get through this. It's not easy. Grieving, it took me a long time to realize that I was still grieving the loss of my father. Healthy relationships with my parents, my mother, my me as a parent with my children. A lot of things in your past you never know make a difference. I had problems with my complexion. I say my complexion for a very long time. But I had to get through all of those things. I had to get through that. Once you start chiseling and getting through that, you start to love yourself more. And believing what God says about you, the promises that He has set already for you, you just got to receive it and believe it. Without faith, it's impossible to please Him. So we can't walk around here faithless. We can't walk around here, you know, saying that we love somebody. How can you love somebody you don't even love yourself? This is why we treat people the way we treat them. And it could be a false, you can be like, you know, doing so much that, you know, overdoing it. And it's like, why are you over being friendly, if that makes sense? And because you want that attention, you want that love, you want that nurture. Give all that to you. Give all that to the Lord and let Him do that for you. And He will help you get through all of this. Therapy is one of the practical things you can do. It's somebody who is not here to be your friend. They here to guide you, give you some practical things, like help you really see yourself. Because it's some blind sides that you don't see. And sometimes it takes somebody that do not know you to tell you what it is that, you know, who you really are. Sometimes your friends can tell you and you may believe them. And sometimes I believe my friends probably been telling me my whole life about me. But I don't believe it. But when somebody who don't know you and they just going by, you know, some things, and you're like, maybe it's some truth to this. What do I do about this? What do I do? Be healed. Before you get into any type of romantic relationship with anybody, please be healed. It's gonna be toxic because you toxic. You toxic. I can honestly admit, sis, Queen, you was toxic, but I'm not no more. And sometimes it's hard for people to believe the changed you, the new you, the rebirth you. Sometimes it's hard for people to believe that. They don't want to see that. They be like, I remember her back in the day, or send a screenshot telling you, bringing back the past on who you were. And you have to be like, she no longer exists. Thank you for telling me who I was, because that humbled me every single time. That helped me to remember where I was. And I can shoot forward now on who I am today to let you know that that young lady no longer exists. I thank her. I thank God He helped me get through. But the woman right here on today, she has standards. She has boundaries. She loves herself. She has people who around her who love her. She loves God and she want to show it. And she's not afraid to show it. And if somebody in her life don't appreciate that walk, then they not supposed to be walking with her. You got to stand firm. As my one of my close friends say, 10 toes down. You have to be able to do that. Regardless of what anybody say. You have to be able to do that. So this is just one, this is just day one. I'll be back. Until then, I'll be back real soon. Love yourself. Think about some things. Because they tell me, write it down. I have a horrible time of writing stuff down. But I'm journaling things now. I done had heck of dreams. So, do it. Discipline. Whew, that word. Do it. You will feel so much better when you start focusing on the good things about you and start doing and dealing with the bad things about you and fixing them. It's okay. I'm here with you. I love you.